Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. You know, I guess if we had to sit there and call this the theme to this episode, I would sit there and say the blame game, right? Because Ridge and Steffi and eventually Taylor jumps in bandwagon because why not? They'll all sit there blaming Hope for Carter's betrayal, right? And this is a somewhat complicated situation because I can't sit there and say that they're entirely wrong, but I do believe that Carter has a mind of his own, right? He wasn't voodooed into this. He wasn't voodooed into this. He wasn't mind controlled, right? And even when people sit there and talk about, well, they were manipulated into it, but at the end of the day, they still chose to do it, right? I don't. It's like if somebody does something because a hot girl says, "Oh, you should go and do it." Were they manipulated? Were they sitting that they think went the wrong head? Yes. But we're not going to sit there and put this all on the hot girl because at the end of the day, they chose to do it. And I think this is what Brooke is sitting there saying when she walks in there after Taylor is filled in on everything that Carter did, his betrayal, and oddly, yeah, the fact that Ridge was going to be like, you know what, listen, all you had to do was take the deal. I would have ripped up the papers. It would have been between me and him, and it would have been all good in the hood. And I'm like, how do you sit there and trust that person? Even if he would have sat there and took Ridge's deal, how could you sit there and trust him? You can't. You simply can't. And this is something that Steffi said, was it 100% correct? We can't trust you. We can never trust you again. How could we sit there and let you back in the building after what you did? Now, Hope has this annoying habit of blaming everybody else for her circumstance. She wants to blame Ridge. She wants to blame Stephanie. Well, you pushed us to do it. We pushed you to commit a federal crime. Is that what you just said? Did we just push you to create to do a federal crime? Because why? This is a federal crime. Okay. Um, and Stephanie was 100% right again when she said, 1 minute he was numbers guy, he was ready to shut down your line. Next thing you know, he's with you, he's sleeping with you, and he is Team Hope. And that doesn't strike you as odd? You ruined him. You, you destroyed his career, you destroyed his reputation, and you destroyed essentially a good man. He didn't just betray my dad; he betrayed me. And she's not entirely wrong. Now I'm not putting this all on Hope because at the end of the day, Carter made the decision that he made. Okay, and some people can call it simping, whatever you want to sit there and call it. He made the decision that he made, and he's going to live with the consequences of his actions. And if we're going to be honest, his consequence should be, I don't know, jail. So, Carter got off easy. He really did. He could have went to jail. He could have lost his law license. He got fired. So, his reputation is going to be in the trash for a very long time. But the point is, Ridge let him off easy. And of course, again, Brooke comes in there. Brooke's like, okay, listen, we're not going to put all this on my daughter. Okay. Carter did sit there and make the choices she made. And Taylor, tries to jump in and chime in. And I'm like, sweetheart, you don't work here. Okay, Taylor, you don't work here. You walk in here often like you are an employee of this company. You're not. And I understand that she wants to sit there and stick up for Ridge and be by Ridge's side and be like, hey, listen, what she did was bad. What Hope was doing was not great. and influenced him, and I can see where she's coming from. I get that part. But I'm also like, boo, you don't even work here. You want to do this at home or anywhere else, if Dargino, whatever, that's fine. But as far as this place is concerned, unless you are sitting there getting a paycheck or giving out paychecks, take your ass somewhere else. Let this be between two employees. And that's what she's sitting up there saying. She's like, yo, listen, you're not going to let what's going on come between us. You're not going to let hope come between us. But to be honest, it already is. That's your daughter. Okay, that's your daughter. So it's going to come between y'all. Informing Katie of everything that wound up happening, Carter being together, the coup, the takeover, the failed, sad, pathetic takeover. Because let's be honest, his takeover was literally just them not looking at the papers. It couldn't get more sadder. So, oopsie daisy, they looked at the papers. So yeah, Katie got all fucked in. Now Remy, Will, and Electra. After that little exchange of conversation, Remy's like, oh, wait, I gotta go back to work because, I'm 1 o'clock. So he leaves, and, Electra sits there and talks about Remy and times they shared at the movie theaters, and she's a horror fan and everything like that, and Remy's not happy. Okay, Remy is hella jealous, and I mean, this guy moved an entire continent to be with her. So of course he is jealous. He sees them hold hands. He is jealous. He sees them kiss. This dude was almost in tears. I was like, bro, I think you need a tissue at this point. You are in tears, my guy. And of course, again, he moved an entire continent. Now, Will is probably going to give him the benefit of the doubt because, um, Alexa spoke highly of him and saying that they're good friends and you'll like him as you get to know him. And also, hey, listen, we weren't friends like that, okay? We weren't knocking boots or anything like that. He's just a good friend, you know? Um, I don't know. You know, she left because of AI generated nudes. Now, he could have been the one to put them out. He could have put it out for a specific reason, maybe come in and try to save her, whatever, and whatever the case was, and it just went awry, whatever, awry. But I guess time will sit there and tell. Guess time will sit there and tell. I don't know. That's pretty much all I really got. I mean, like I said, long story short with Steffi and Hope justifies her actions. Very sad, pathetic, and immature. And Steffi pretty much puts all the blame on Hope, but well, puts a lot of the blame on Hope. Practically like 99% on Hope. Since saying you ruined him. And while I'm not saying she's not entirely right, she's not entirely wrong out there. I don't know. Manipulation and everything like that, you can sit there and say somebody got manipulated. But at the end of the day, you still did what you did. So, like, you know, it's only so much that you can sit there and put on somebody else and realize, hey, listen, at the end of the day, Carter made his decision. And now you sit there and lie in it. Or, anyway, that's pretty much all I got. If I missed anything, write it in the comment section below or come to the live stream tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll be sitting there talking about all the shows General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born the Beautiful, and Young and Restless, because I got my thoughts on Days of Our Lives as well. And I will see you in the next video.